Hey guys, wanted to do a little bit of review of another YouTube channel, Gabbie Hanna, whatever it is. She has this thing where she does diets or something for a week, and she tells people what she thinks about it. Well, you know, keto and carnivore is dear to me. I've been doing this for about 14 years total, but keto 2 years, carnivore a little over 6 months now, or right at 6 months. It saved my life. I'm a vet. I got hurt in Iraq. I gained a bunch of weight, and it's basically given me life again. It's helped me come off the medications for PTSD, anxiety, depression, pre-diabetic state, and I even have labs to prove it for all the people that think it's not sustainable. This lab work right here is posted on my YouTube just from like a week and a half ago. It's very sustainable. Let's see here. My eval for my triglycerides should be less than 200. So what are my triglycerides? 52. My doctor says that's the lowest that she's ever seen. Not super low, but the lowest she's ever seen. What about my LDL? 118, because I'm constantly stressed. I'm in the gym all the time pounding the weights. I'm trying to transition into a powerlifting bodybuilder style physique. So I'm stressed, cortisol levels, things like that. LDL will go up. The night before I had a 2.5 hour training session where it was deadlift and bench press like crazy. Anyway, let's see, triglycerides 52, HDL 50. That's a more accurate ratio. You take your HDL and you divide it into your triglycerides, and that's how you figure out what a good ratio, what kind of lipid profile you have health-wise and stuff. Calcium score was good, protein was good, cholesterol. She said normally people are a little over 200. I was at 187. 187. She said I have no issue with your numbers at all. Keep doing what you're doing. And she said, as a matter of fact, I started doing the ketogenic diet about 3 months ago, and I've already lost 40 pounds. She said I love it. My energy levels are through the roof. Here's the problem with people that do these reviews and channels that do it for the subscriber rating and stuff, and the I don't want to say too much because then I end up getting in trouble. The sassy gossip, the gossip stuff, the one that they want to trend with everybody else, talking bad about the ketogenic diet. And when you have a big YouTube channel like that, you're not going to speak out against it. I mean, you're going to pretty much try to go with everybody else. I mean, that's just common sense, especially if you're not for it and you're already a fit person as it is and you don't know anything about it, which she admitted. She didn't do any research, nothing at all. She just knows it's high fat, low carb, and you got some protein in there, and I'm just going to go with it. So no research is the number one fault for that video. You cannot go into something like that not knowing what you're doing. The reason I say that is if a new vehicle comes into the shop and I've never seen it before and it's a brand new model with new technology and stuff on it, am I just going to go up to that vehicle? Am I going to just start tearing it apart and say, hey, here we go. I'm just going to start ripping stuff off and doing it, and whatever happens, happens. We'll see if I can do it in book time. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to go to the workshop manual, you're going to research it, you're going to look it up, you're going to use some common sense, and you're going to go about doing it the way it should be done. You're going to try to find out so you don't hurt yourself. I've got some key points wrote down, not a lot. I don't want to get too much into this. She did no homework on it at all. She wanted to do this unbiased review, opinion, or whatever it was, which was complete crap. The coffee in the beginning of the video, she threw it out because she had a little bit of sugar in her cream and she knew it wasn't keto. Well, wait a second, if you would have done a little bit of homework, you would have realized you can throw some heavy whipping cream in there. You can put a little bit of butter in there for creaminess if you want. You can actually take an egg and put it in your piping hot coffee and blend it up, and it will actually cook it down so there's no bacteria effect or anything, and it's creamy. So it's another thing you could have done, which you skipped all that. You didn't do any homework, so you wouldn't have known, so that's ignorance is bliss. Breakfast. Eat. When you first start a ketogenic diet, what's this little 3 strips of bacon and a half an avocado and 2 eggs stuff? Eat. Eat food. Get fat adapted. What fat adapted is when your body switches from a sugar carb burner to a fat burner, it almost looks to fat when it needs energy. It's not looking for carbs and fuel anymore, and that's typically about 4 to 8 weeks in. Until you get to that fat adapted stage, just eat. Don't even count your macros and stuff like that as a new person. Just eat ketogenic food. After you've done it for a while and you've assimilated what you're doing to the food you're putting in your mouth, then you start getting down to the nitty gritty. In the beginning, as a new person, you don't have to be so strict on yourself. Just do it. Sodium, electrolytes, it's a must. And there's like no point in that video where it was really emphasized at all. But then she talks about going to the gym and not having the strength and the energy or whatever it was. Well, part of that is because you're not replacing the stuff that you should replace. You did not do your homework. Again, it comes back to ignorance. Gym activity. Keep it light. Don't get on a spin cycle for an hour and think you're going to kill it in the beginning. It's not going to happen. 2 or 3 months into it, you get on that spin cycle, you're going to probably do double or triple what you could do before on carbs. Fat is a longer sustaining energy form. 9 calories per gram of fat, only 4 calories per gram of carb. And it lasts longer. It's a satiating macro. Use it to your advantage. Get keto adapted before trying any kind of crazy stuff. Just get keto adapted. Get fat adapted. Some people mix those two terms up. Some people call them the same. Keto adapted to me, fat adapted to me is when you put 4 to 8 weeks in, you're no longer a sugar and carb burner, and you basically look for fat and protein as your main source. Your body almost craves it. Once you've been doing it for a long period of time, say about a year, Maria Emmerich, best-selling author Maria Emmerich, keto author, it's changed her life. Her kids eat keto. She eats keto. Her husband eats keto. They all eat keto. They're smart people. They are professionals in this field. About 1 year is when you really start getting adapted to the lifestyle and you can completely sustain it. You don't look for any other kind of lifestyle because of how anti-inflammatory it is. So what do these terms mean to me? When you're fat adapted, it takes 4 to 8 weeks when your body starts to actually switch and crave the fat and the protein instead of the sugar and the carbs. That is fat adapted. Keto adapted is when you've been living this lifestyle for a certain period of time and now your body has just pretty much adjusted to it. You don't want anything else. You're not looking for anything else. You're just looking to comfortably live this lifestyle and make it the best that you can because you're trying to engage your health. Don't do boring food. If you look at the food in her video, it was so boring. It was like tenderloin or something like that. Chicken every single day. Chicken leaves me so ravenously hungry. So what am I doing tonight? I've got a bucket of chicken that I cooked over here in the sous vide. I cooked it in the sous vide while I was out at the store tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fathead dough, a little bit of garlic seasoning. I'm going to spruce it up. I'm going to throw some of my homemade keto marinade in there that you can find on my channel. And I'm going to mix it in and I'm going to have me a blast. I'm going to add some fat to this, some cheese to this. I'm going to add a crust to it that's almost like a mozzarella stick crust. And I'm going to fry it in a little bit of butter. And I'm going to be happy because I have done my homework. I know what it takes. I'm getting my macros in. I'm getting my protein, my fats, a little bit of carbohydrate from the almond flour. I'm satiating myself. I'm making it fun. I'm doing something that's entertaining and I'm thinking outside the box because I've done my homework. I know the first week you're not going to do that, but I've done my homework. You didn't do your homework. That's why she failed. Anyhow, sustainability. She talked about not thinking that it's sustainable or something to that effect. And I've heard the editor from Tiger Fitness say the same thing. That's a bunch of crap. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I went from being this big giant Oompa Loompa 285 pound thing to a 268, getting pretty buff. I've still got fat around my chest, a little bit around my midsection. I'm not comfortable showing all that off yet because I'm not quite there yet. There is some videos posted where the fat has basically melted away on me on my back, my legs and stuff. My midsection I'm just insecure about right now, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I know I still got more to go. I know I still got another 40 pounds to lose. The thing is, it's been so sustainable for my life. I was hurt in Iraq. I had to come home, get surgery on both knees, get fixed. I gained all this weight because I felt sorry for myself and gave up for about 2 years, and I gained 100 pounds. I went from 270 pounds in the military as a giant power lifter with I had some fat, but it was just minuscule. Just big jack dude and to a big blob. And I had to change my life. Well, I've lost a lot of that muscle in that time. Well, I've gained a lot of it back recently, especially being carnivore and doing targeted carnivore. It's about getting the information in here, and applying it to your life and making it work. And when you start putting those things in place, and you start treating your life like it actually means something to you, and it's not a joke where you have to do a 1-week review on something to where you probably will make yourself sick trying all these different things. What a lot of people don't realize is the more of these diets and stuff that you try, the more you're in and out of it, the more you're going to set yourself up for long-term failure. Your body starts saying, you know what, you've done so much to me already, you're putting me through so much crap, how about I just give up on you, and then you just don't have anything to go off of. You want to abuse me, then I'll give you exactly what you're paying for, an abused body. You either find something healthy for you and you try it and you give it a good shot and you give it a good honest review. Does it work or does it not work? But this in and out, trying all this junk, it don't do nothing for you. Sustainability, it's very sustainable. I'm on a carnivorous group that's got over 10,000 people that I admin. I've got my keto group that's got 4,000 people. We got a couple little small groups we're trying to build, but I've been neglecting lately. I've got my YouTube where tons of people talk to me all the time about automotive stuff, about health stuff. It's just because that's the type of person I am. I feel like helping people heal, not talking trash about a diet or making it seem like I know what I'm talking about when I did not give it an honest review. And there are plenty of people out there that have healed from it. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, PCOS, fibromyalgia, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, PTSD, ADD, ADHD, all of these things people have healed from on a low carbohydrate diet. Cancer. I mean, if that's not good enough for you to say that it's sustainable and see the masses of people doing it, what is? I was on PTSD, anxiety, depression medication every single day, having nightmares in my sleep. That used to be a service dog that used to wake me up in my sleep. I'm healed. She could be a dog where she goes out in the field and plays with the horses and stuff and runs all over the place now because I'm healed. Keto gave me the opportunity to live a life that I'm now happy with and I'm that I can sustain. It's not that just some people can use it. There's actually more than you think that can use it. There's a giant majority of people that can use it, a mass majority. If they started at a base level and they gave it a good shot, and then they started adding things in as they went, even if they weren't keto food, but they just ran a ketogenic program enough to start this healing process to get healed, and then add something in, see how it affects your body. If it doesn't affect your body in a positive way, get rid of it. Go ahead and clean yourself up for a week or two back on keto. Add something else in. If it doesn't work for you, go ahead and get rid of it. Move on to the next thing. Keto can be a great stepping stone for not even just being keto, for just healing and then starting to step out and see what things affect you. So this review that she did was a big joke. It seemed like it was more for views and stuff than anything. And the fact that there's just no research there. She talked about wanting something sweet. You can have cream. You can have berries. You can have strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. You can have those things in moderation. Nobody said you could not have those things. That's where the ignorance comes in. I'm not saying she's ignorant. I'm saying the ignorance of the knowledge. That's why you don't just go into something blindly and say, okay, I'm going to do it, guys. I want everybody's opinion on me. You have just as many bad thumbs downs as you do almost thumbs up. And you got 6.4 million subscribers or whatever. I mean, it's pretty sad when the people that are watching your content is just as much against what you're saying as what you're saying. I mean, I don't anyhow. People talk about not being able to have grains and things of that nature. Fruit. Do you want to go back to the way you were? If you're a ketogenic person and you're looking to grains and fruits and things like that, do you know they don't even replenish the soil like they used to anymore? They don't rotate the crops enough. I'm going to a class on the 29th that's being run by one of the state's top horticulturists or whatever. It's something like that. I don't know. And it's all about sustainability. It's about sustainability, how to grow your own food, how to look at what's going on out there, how to be able to tell whether a product's good or not. Do you know most of the products that you actually buy at the store are not grown with the right types of soil? They're not grown to actually give you the yielding macronutrient level that you want. You know, I read an article one time that said something about if a product passes by inspection one time, it could be a can of green beans that's perfect with its macros and exactly what it states on the can. That product is good to be put out forever until somebody decides to inspect it again, which there's no regulation for that. So if that product was put on the shelf in 1980 by Del Monte and it passed inspection, then guess what? It's still passing inspection now, but it's grown completely different in the last 40 years. I can guarantee that. But it still got passed through inspection one time. So what do you think is going on with your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, things of that nature as well? They follow under the same standard. About 10 years ago, the GMO stuff from Monsanto and stuff started becoming huge. It started becoming a big thing. All of our stuff now is genetically modified, mass-produced. It's to get a higher yield. The quality of nutrients that's in those products are just not there anymore. But yet we have a YouTuber that comes along with 6.4 million subscribers and does a ketogenic review that can't even finish a 1-week program, does no homework, and just like any change in life when it comes to dietary stuff, you're going to be nauseous, you're going to have constipation, you're going to have headaches, your body has to go through a change. Your whole gut biome, your microbe, your gut flora, everything has to change. Your body has to deplete itself of all the junk you were putting in it before to prepare for new food, to rebuild that biome. But yet, that's supposed to be an honest, good review. I would think not. There were way too many flaws in that review. She did not eat enough food. She sounded like she was crying for attention more than anything. All I heard was wham, wham, wham the whole entire time. She wasn't eating. She wasn't adding fat. She wasn't adding sodium, electrolytes, things like that. I didn't really hear too much about, maybe one time about vitamins, which vitamins, if you're eating a well-balanced diet, isn't necessary anyway. It's the electrolytes that you're after, which I heard nothing about that. And then the common sense between switching from one diet to another and then going to the gym and trying to kill it and then using it, that as part of your review, it's ignorance. It's ignorance. Knowing that it's not going to be the same, knowing that you know you're going to fail, knowing that carbohydrates help retain water and electrolytes, and if you're not having that, you're going to flush electrolytes and water out of your system because you don't have a way to help retain it, so you got to consume more water and more electrolytes to sustain that, but yet you're not doing it because you don't know carbohydrates help retain water, and if it helps retain water, it helps retain electrolytes, and if you're urinating electrolytes and excessive water out, you are not going to stay up on your electrolyte balance, and you're going to feel nauseous, you're going to feel sick, you're going to have headaches, you're going to be cramping, you're going to have diarrhea. Those are all symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. But I guess you knew that already. That's why you didn't talk about electrolytes at all, and that's why you faulted keto, because you did not do your homework. Ignorance is bliss. Guys, that's my review. Tried not to go too hard on it, but it is. It is what it is. It doesn't sound like she's a very knowledgeable person, and I would have done this completely different. Yes, her YouTube videos are well edited. Yes, she's a big character in the game when it comes to social media presence. But at the same time, I don't care. What's real is real, and I'm a Christian. I follow my faith, and one of the things that I follow is don't let people talk bad about things that you believe in. Speak up about it, because it's important for you to follow your faith and do that. And if you're not a Christian, if you don't believe what I believe, I apologize for that, but that's my belief, and I have to say that. I feel wholeheartedly about good nutrition. I think this is one of the most natural ways to eat, and I would not be quiet about it. So I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell notification. When I make a video, every once in a while it'll pop up. If you don't want them to pop up, don't hit the bell. Hit the subscribe just to help me out. I do giveaways every 2 weeks, and that money comes out of my pocket. I'm not getting paid to do any of that stuff yet. And some of the monetization would help to actually give back towards people. I use shirts and sous vide and Tupperware dish sets and gift cards and things like that to help people along. Sometimes I do surprise giveaways, and a little bit of monetization would help because it helps me put money back in my pocket, because I'm taking my money out and giving it to other people, and I would never make enough for the amount of money and stuff that I give away. So anyhow, guys, if you're new here, again, please subscribe, hit the bell notification. Maybe you'll get a giveaway gift. Maybe you want some good content from a real person that's not being paid by the some good content from a person that's not getting paid by the industry or going around and sitting in seminars and stuff like that. I do this stuff for free. I've been doing it for a long time, sometimes longer than some of these doctors that have only come on the scene in the last 5 to 10 years. Do I know more than them medical-wise? No, absolutely not. Do I know more than them ketogenic-wise, low-carb, the effects of the body, trying to troubleshoot things and stuff like that? I definitely think that I'm up there. I don't know that I know more, but I'm pretty close. And I can help anybody. Whatever your problem is, if I can't get an answer, I'll ask Dr. Berry or try to get a hold of Sean Baker or somebody like that, and I'll try my best to get you that answer if you need it. Anyhow, thanks guys. Keto on, carnivore on, and remember, this is your life. You got to live it. Nobody else can do that for you. Try to do it the healthy way. Thanks guys.